and these are my answers to the questions for task 2.9. First question, what questions do you need answered before you start designing experience? Before starting designing experience, I must ask the question of what problem I'm going to solve, and the answer to this question will be a reason to start exploring new possibilities. Also, I have to answer the question of how competitors solve a similar problem. I can answer this question by conducting a competitive analysis from which I will highlight their pros and cons that will help me in further design. Then I must answer the question for whom I'm going to design. I may have an idea of who my user is, but through introducing service I can get more accurate data about pain points and needs of my users. Another question is what is the scope, what is the business requirements, and I have to describe the delivery schedule. The answer to this question will help me more clearly understand how broad my design funnel can be before I dig deeper. Also, by creating task analysis and designing user flows, I will answer the question how my user will interact with the design and what steps he needs to overcome to reach a successful point. I will also be able to identify other problems that user may face when interacting with the design. The second question, did you design your flows with the different start points? In other words, not just onboarding, sign up, forget password, etc. In my project, I use the starting point as an open application in the browser, but also the starting point can be to click on the advertising banner that will open the web application or download the application from the Apple Store. The starting point will depend on the action that the user takes before interacting with my design, and different scenarios will help me to describe different starting points, which will also help me identify hidden problems and create successful user experience. Um, Third question, can you describe a time when the requirements changed in the middle of a project and how you handled that? When I started working on the expert app that enable anyone anywhere to instantly chat with an expert in any field and get short consultations, I thought that it would be important for the user to get a short consultations. But after conducting interviews and service, it helped me with help of the data obtained, I came to the conclusion that it's very important for the user to get constant knowledge and for the expert to create and promote their courses. Um, and this led to the fact that I add new features that will be available in the app, and I also think that in the future, after conducting usability tests, it will be necessary to make additional changes. First question. What are the design tools in your tool belt, and in what situation do you use one tool or method over another? Do you sketch with paper and pen, and will you be ready to prototype something in Sketch and Vision? In the initial stage, I use pen and paper to brainstorm ideas and sketch how my application will look. This will allow me to not to spend a lot of time making changes. Also, I will use Balsamiq app to create low fidelity reference and conduct usability testing using Marvel app, which will help me in creating clickable prototypes. The results will help me in the design process, and I will use a bunch of Sketch and InVision to create high fidelity reference and clickable prototypes. Also, I can use a Figma as it's gaining popularity among designers, and I think it will be useful to be able to use it too. Also, I have a little experience in prototyping with Adobe XD, which I can use if necessary. Thank you.